everyone, welcome back to Simply Blessed Crafts. I'm outside right now, so hopefully that doesn't interfere with the camera too much. I just wanted to let you guys all know that these projects that I'm going to be showing you today took me forever to do. I had some issues with getting the right tools to do it. This was kind of like a big experiment, and I mean the end project turned out okay, but I definitely learned a lot of stuff when I was doing this project or these projects, and I know that that's why it took so long for me to get a video out, and I apologize to all my viewers that have been waiting to see another clip. You know, it kind of goes without saying that as soon as you set a schedule is when you're going to screw it up. And that's kind of what ended up happening. It took me a while, and it's mainly the wind chime that took me the longest. It was a lot of the wire I wasn't used to, and figuring out how to work with the tools that I had. And then I had to go and find a cutter, because everything that I was using was just threading my wires in the cable that I was using, which turned out that I was having issues threading my beads on it then and stuff. It was just a hassle. So, but I finally got the tool. I finally figured out how to use the crimps that I was using and stuff. And I apologize for most of this, most of the wind chime DIY I ended up cutting out, just because you had a hard time seeing what I was doing. And you're also going to, it also was one of those things as I was doing a trial and error, and I didn't know how it was going to turn out. And it was just to the point to where I got frustrated with what I was doing, and it took me a lot longer than expected. So, sorry, there's a couple cars driving by. So I wanted to make sure that you guys saw a finishing project in it, and I changed it up a little bit once I got the concept of what I was doing. It does look a lot better than what it did, so just bear with me, guys. And if you have any questions on how I did anything, comment down below and I will explain it to you. But otherwise, I'm hoping, I actually have another one coming up in another video, and this one's going a lot smoother because I actually know what the heck I'm doing now. So just bear with me on these projects, and I hope you enjoy it. I really had fun with the bird bath, and I hope you guys really enjoy that. With all that being said, please give me a likes, thumbs up down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really will help me help support my channel. It helps YouTube notice me a little bit more. If you want to share it with your friends and family, that'd be great too. Any little help, anything like that will help my channel, and I appreciate everyone that's viewing, and I apologize that it's been so long since I've had a video out. I'm going to try my darndest to stay on track, but anyway, let's get into those DIYs for you. DIY number 1. So here, guys, I'm just, I got some washi tape, and I'm just taping some stripes onto my birdhouse here that I'm going to paint. I tore off a little piece just to kind of keep the stripes as straight as I could do here. I promise I don't show all of it, otherwise it gets really long. Excuse me. After I get this taped off here, I'm going to be going in with some, I don't actually think you see too much of the bottle when I show it to you. I need to keep an eye on when I do that, but it's actually Bright Pink by Folk Art, I do believe. I do show you the bottle, but yeah, you can't really see too much of it. Anyway, I just go in along the, just going with some straight stripes. I didn't want to hassle with trying to like line up the stripes and stuff like that, because if I was going to do that, I wanted it to be, you know, very particular, and I wasn't in the mood to be particular. So I decided I was just gonna do the rest of the house in some straight stripes. That way it kind of made more attention to the front of the house. And I already went over with the yellow, so here I'm just finishing up the pink. Doing a little touch-ups. There's a couple of spots where it was bleeding. You can kind of see. And now I'm going over the roof and the bottom with some antique Waverly Wax, and I'm using baby wipe to do that. It's not the only brown that I go over. I do end up going over the edges and stuff like that with some truffle. I didn't realize that, you know, going over it with this brown, it wasn't going to cover up some of the mistakes that I made when I painted the actual birdhouse. The pink and yellow were still showing through, so I kind of two-toned it a little bit with some truffle to kind of hide those paint splatters and stuff. So you're gonna see me go over it, those corners and the edges and the bottom and stuff with a paintbrush now. My husband's home too, by the way, guys, so if you hear him in the background, it just is what it is. DIY number 2. Oh, well, this one, guys, this one gave me a headache. So these are just canning lids. I picked out 6 of them, and I picked out, well, here you'll see 5 colors, but I end up going in with some purple from Folk Art as well. I don't remember the name of it. I apologize for that, but otherwise I'm going in with pumpkin, with peacock, and then there's crimson and fern and maize for the other colors. I just paint all of them front and back, and then I go in with my crocodile tool and just punch a little hole in each one of these lids. Very easy process. If you guys don't have a crocodile and you're a crafter, highly recommend. These are awesome because they're really easy to use. They don't hurt your hands. So this is actually a lid off of a Reese's Pieces plastic jar. I've had it for a while and I used it as something to store stuff in. I didn't show myself punching the holes in it just because I didn't know how it was going to work, but I actually just used my glue gun. Or no, I did not. I tried using my glue gun and it didn't work. I actually used my wood burning tool. And here, you're going to see me fumbling around a lot. This is a project that it was very new to me, and yeah. And don't cut this wire with scissors. This is actually a 90 test leader wire. It's actually used for fishing, like the really big, strong fish. It's kind of like a cable, but you cut it with scissors and your wire is just going to, I don't know, it kind of frays it, and the coating chips off and everything. Yeah, it's just a pain. The reason why I'm using this wire though is because for it to be outside, this wire won't rust and won't break because of it being strong enough. And with that coating, it's a black coating on it that protects the wire from getting wet. So this stuff was really good for making any kind of outdoor decor. So that's the reason why I'm going with this. I'm learning a lot of this stuff from my aunt. My aunt makes sun catchers, but I wanted to make this wind chime, so I tried this out. And I just picked up a bunch of beads. I've actually got them from all over, and I'm not going in any specific order or anything like that. I'm just picking up ones that I think would be nice, and I'm just beading it on here. But I was having problems with beading some of my line because of the way my wires were basically fraying. Which is why it took me so long to get this video out. Guys, I had to go get a special tool that would actually cut through this wire. It's a little too thick for scissors and everything. And another thing is, do not cut or do not tie it. Yeah, I kind of show that I'm tying them at the end. I went in and changed that at the end of it, and no, I did not record that for you guys. Just because you weren't going to see what I was doing. It's kind of hard. You'll see me actually use some little silver clamps on here, but I wasn't using them correctly. I did it after I tied it, so then it wouldn't slip back through the little hole in the lid. But like I said, it didn't look right. I didn't like it. And yeah, I'm still using my scissors to kind of cut this stuff. Don't do that because it totally ruins the wire. But you kind of get the gist of what I'm doing here. I will show you in the reveal of what you should be doing with these clamps that I'm showing you. And I ordered all of this stuff off Amazon, you guys. I didn't order the actual canning lids off of Amazon, but a lot of the beads I did. Some of them I picked up at a thrift store. I ordered the line off of Amazon. I ordered the clamps off of Amazon, and the actual clamp tool. So but I'm just kind of color coding if you haven't really guessed that. So I'm doing yellow beads on the yellow one. I'm doing orange beads on the orange one. I'm doing green on the green and blue on the blue. And then I'll have red and purple. My purple one was kind of a pain because I didn't have a whole lot of purple beads, to be honest with you. I did not show you how I did the top of it either because I was still really confused on what I was going to do. Yeah, I don't even... I'll show you, like I said, in the final reveal of exactly what I did, but... I did end up putting some beads on the top, too, so none of the wires would slide. Just one bead for each string. DIY number 3. And my favorite project. So, I'm just getting some terracotta pots. I only show 2 here, but I do end up using 3. And then one of those round circular things for the bottom. And I paint them all in Peacock Waverly paint. And the magic of editing. You guys don't even have to see that. Here I'm just kind of showing you. And I didn't show this either, but I went all over all of it with polyacrylic clear. Make sure it's water-based. It's going to be an outside project, so you want to protect it. It's pretty much the reason why. So I got some of these clear pebble beads, or whatever you want to call them, from Dollar Tree. I only had 1 pack and I ran out, so just an FYI, probably get like 2, maybe even 3 to be on the safe side. I actually picked my second batch up from Walmart just because I was at Walmart, so I'm not even sure how many bags I would have needed from Dollar Tree because I got mine in a little container. And that's what it looks like when it's all done. And I did use E6000. I'm sure you guys saw that. mean, all of this stuff's going to be outside, so I wanted to make sure that it was going to affect anything from the weather. Here I'm trying to actually peel this transfer up because it kind of laid down funky and I didn't want it that way, but it was going to peel up anyway, so I couldn't really do it. Anyway, I do go in with some Iodine transfers. I ordered these off of Amazon. I did not show you the container of it or nothing, but I just basically went through and just cut out the ones that I like. And these are actually not in the booklets that I've showed you in the past with the IODs. These are actually in some tubes. So, and here I'm just cutting this flower off. I'm going to end up patching it back on there, but it was just easier since it was a circular area. It was kind of hard because it wasn't laying down flat, so it was a lot easier for me to do it this way. You just rub them on just like any other transfer. I do cut off these yellow flowers as well and kind of patch them back on there. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. Now make sure you're varnishing your transfers if you use these guys. I just use my hand and I just push down really nicely along the whole thing. Just make sure everything's sticking down good. You don't want your transfer to start coming up or anything. So you can either use the back side of the plastic that was on the transfer, or you can use your fingers. Your fingers work just as well. So now I do go back over the transfer with some more polyacrylic because I don't want like the weather to mess it up or anything. So I want to make sure it's fully covered well with everything. I don't want the rain or nothing like that to affect it, so just go over it with a good heavy coat. Make sure you get all the drips and everything like that, otherwise you'll see them. I'm actually going to be stacking these terracotta pots too, you guys. So the one I showed you before is going to be the very bottom one. This one's going to be the middle. So I actually made sure that my roses and flowers were situated to a point to where I can use the terracotta pot in the up position on this one instead of the down position. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you'll kind of see it when I'm putting it together. And I just go over this one again with the polyacrylic. And like this one again, I'm actually putting it in the down position. I did have a little bit of problems with this one because of the lip. So, just so you guys are aware, watch how you lay your transfer down so you can get it to lay right. Now here I'm actually putting together, my husband's videotaping me. I used some E6000 and I got that first one on that cement block there. I'm just putting the E6000 all the way around. I do put a heavy coat on here because I want it to stick really well. kind of just try to line it up the way I want it. Make sure you push it down really good. Wasn't lining up to me, so I kind of pulled it up again, but and here I'm just, see how I kind of stacked it like that, so I'm just going around the edge of this one now. I do put a good heavy coat on it, like I said. This one was kind of oozing out of the side here, so I'm just making sure that I'm getting all the glue off the edges and stuff that you can't see. And then I put a nice good healthy coat on the top again. And that's going to be where our little table bowl thing for the birdies to take a bath in. Cute little bird bath. I try to line it up straight. Push down. And you have to let it sit for a while, of course, guys. It's wet yet, so. But I'm just kind of turning it a little bit so you guys can kind of see. Love this one. This one turned out so pretty. Okay, DIY number 4. And here's just another birdhouse. I loved how this one turned out too. This one was cute. I go in with some crimson chalk paint from Waverly, and I paint all the sides and the fronts and back and everything like that. I don't do like the roof or the windows or anything like that. Just the main part of the birdhouse. I promise I don't show it all. Now here I'm I'm going in with some truffle, and I'm doing the kind of like the porch area, I guess. So I do the bottom as well, the bottom of the birdhouse, and I do the roof and those little peaks that you see as well, and the truffle. And now I'm going in with the windows and the door frames and painting them all white, including the side windows. There's 2 side windows as well, 1 on each side. I believe this is ivory white, by the way. Now I'm going in with some elephant Waverly chalk paint, and I'm doing that roof there. And then I do end up going in with some black as well and kind of just stippling on in there. And then I'll go back in with a little bit more of the elephant and kind of blend the black. I use the same paintbrush for this because I kind of wanted to make it look like galvanized roof. So that was my intentions. Okay everyone, now here's the final reveal. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it, and give me a comment and tell me which one's your favorite. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.